Well, it has been a while since I showed you my fig trees. Fig trees in this hot, dry, scorching drought of a summer we got going on in the South. Especially here in Texas. I don't know if everybody's like this, but it is something else. It's supposed to be 104 today, 105. It was 105 yesterday. It's tough. That means it's tough on any kind of plant, and fig trees are no exception. So let me show you what my fig trees look like, how they're doing, how they're producing, and show you what I'm doing to kind of keep them alive. So I'm going to talk a little bit about irrigation first, and that's where that comes in. That is my hose, the PVC pipe sticking up out of the ground. I've got a black half-inch line running all the way down here and all the way down to the end of that row. Well, at each tree, I have a 1/4-inch line plugged into it with a 2-gallon emitter, just a little 1/4-inch line running to each one of them. And I showed you this in another video. So what I did was run some 1/4-inch line and just laid it basically on top of the ground, stapled it in with some landscape staples. So all the trees on that row there are fed by 1/4-inch lines. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. There's some of the black line that I didn't get too deep, but you can see that black 1/4-inch line right there, and it runs over to that tree. And it does that on every one of these trees. So that's how I'm irrigating, again, with 2-gallon emitters on each tree. So if I turn it on for an hour, I'm giving them 2 gallons of water. So anyway, let me show you what I've got. This is a cadota, and all these figs I'm showing you, the fruit on these trees, I can't tell you whether or not they're going to ripen, whether or not they're going to make and you know, produce. I don't know, because I just don't know what this drought is doing to them. I know what it's doing to everything else, but the fig trees still look pretty doggone good and are making figs. The one across from here is a cadota also, and that one is a year, probably 2 years younger than this one, because I propagated that one off of this one. It's a successful propagation of fig trees. Figs are pretty easy to propagate. This is a tiger stripe fig, and it does not have any figs on it. So it could very well be that some of them fell off. It is probably some figs bear twice in a year, some figs only bear once. So this one may come out and put on a fall type crop. This one here is a really nice fig to have. It's a Louisiana purple. It's a big purple fig, and again, are they going to get big and purple? I don't know. It's got figs on it, but I can't tell you what they're going to do if this heat continues. And I'm going to try to give you some information the next few days that this heat is definitely going to continue. I don't want to hear that, and I know you don't either. This is an Alma, A-L-M-A, Alma fig. It's covered with figs. And these last year got real big. The biggest figs I had last year were these Alma figs, and these are a lot bigger than the ones that on the other fig trees right now. Now also, that is an Alma, and that one is a couple of years, at least probably 3 years younger than that one there. Now all of these got completely froze back in February of 21. All these trees, nothing here was here until last year in the spring. It started coming back. So all these froze completely to the ground, died off completely to the ground, and I lost that one there, that other Alma. I lost it. The cadota up there, the young one, I didn't lose it in the freeze. I lost it with a tractor and a brush hog. That I didn't mean to do. But this, all these were froze back to the ground. So this is all the woody growth you see is last year's growth. All this dark colored stuff is last year's growth. And this one here is a lemon fig, and it's doing pretty good. It looks great. They all look darn good considering what we're going through right now in this drought. So what I do, I've only fertilized them once or twice. I need to come in here again, put some 20-20-20 on them. Might make those figs get a little bit bigger. But what I have been doing is every day just about. I may miss one day a week or something, but just about every day I turn this water on for about an hour. Some days I turn it on 2 hours. What I'm trying to do is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I turn the water on for 2 hours. So that gives them 4 gallons. The emitters I've got on them are 2 gallons per hour. I turn the water on for 2 hours. I'm giving them 4 gallons of water. Is that too much? Is that not enough? I don't know, but it seems to be keeping these things not just alive, but fig trees do something called a leaf drop. And mine are no exception. Mine, over the years, have just dropped. My big fig trees, I'll show you in just a second. Just this time of year, or a little bit later, maybe August, but my gosh, we're hotter than most any August right now. They do something called a leaf, and I mean, they'll strip off. They just look naked almost. And it's a phenomenon called leaf drop in the fig world, but these are not doing it. And I think it's because I'm watering them nearly every day. Like I say, I may miss a day or two during the week, but almost every day I'll at least give them 1 hour, which is 2 gallons of water. So let's go back down to further in the pasture, and let me show you what I got going on down there. I got 2 big, massive fig trees. So these are my big fig trees. These are probably 8 years old, 7, 8, maybe older than that. They are probably 12, 15 feet tall and 12 to 15 feet in diameter. And this is a Celeste. That is a brown turkey. That one there is a brown turkey. I've got other trees in this orchard that I'll show you later, but I just want to show you the figs today. But let's drive around. The Celeste seems to be putting out more figs than the brown turkey. Again, they're pretty small, but it's covered. I mean, it's got a lot of figs on it. And I'm doing the same with these trees. I started off not watering them as much because they're established trees, but they're on the same water system that some smaller trees are on, like that persimmon right there. But these, I fertilize these, a couple of times also. They are, they're huge. They're putting out. But again, I think I should have had figs by now, ripening. Now these trees will put out two different crops of figs. They'll put out a Breba crop, which is the first crop, and it's early in the year, and it may be that the heat has stunted it, and this is the Breba crop. This is just a weird year. It's just hard to tell what's what this year. But this fig tree, this brown turkey, has got a lot of figs on it too. Again, small. They don't seem to be growing much. They don't seem to be ripening. And again, I think they should be, but who knows? I mean, this year is different, okay? I think you probably already know that if you're in the South. But these are the big trees. Let me, I can back off a little bit and give you a little perspective. But that one again is probably 15 feet tall, 15 feet in diameter. And it's just, it's looking great. I mean, this time, with this kind of heat, typically they would have already started the leaf drop. And I'm not seeing any leaf drop. Now, I hope it's because I've decided to water them just about every day. It froze completely to the ground also in February of 21. This is July of 22. So all this growth grew last year. That 15 feet of growth, 15 feet wide, all that grew last year because I cut it off at the ground because it was deader than a hammer, but the roots were not. That's just the trait of a fig. They don't like to be real cold, and we got down to about -5. They didn't care for that at all. So that's my figs. Are they going to ripen? Man, I wish I could tell you. I mean, I will show you when it comes, but as of right now, I just can't make that determination. Wish I could kind of know what to expect. And if they do raise a crop, whether it be these or the small ones up front I just showed you, we're going to have a lot of figs. We'll put up a lot of figs. But if not, then we may be living off figs we froze last year and the year before. I don't know. So that's a look at the figs. It's It's so hot. That gum, it's hot. Again, 105 today, 105 yesterday. It's going to be 103 tomorrow. It's just no relief in sight. And I think I understand why now, and I'll try to share that with you in the next few days as to why we're this hot and the prospects we have in the future, and they don't look good for the near future. So this summer is just going to be a bear. It's going to be a booger. So fig trees we got. Figs, hopefully we got. We got them on the trees. If we can make them last, feed them, water them, make them last until they ripen. And will they ripen in this kind of heat? I just don't know. We're going to find out though, and I'll bring you along for the ride. Speaking of riding, we're in the golf cart. Let's go home. All right. We're gone.